Test one, test one. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are with the Victory Lane Outlaw Truck Series here tonight. We just have a few of the guys going out there now to do the qualifying before this race gets underway. We're just going to ride along here with Uncle Tank, the number 2. He was the winner last week at Nashville. So we're going to ride along with him and see how he does for qualifying. A little bit about the race here tonight. We'll get the race info up here for you. We are at Homestead-Miami. The weather is a balmy 76 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a nice cool evening for Miami. It's 85% humidity, partly cloudy, 13-mile-an-hour wind, so it's a little breezy, but nothing terrible. It's almost 1.5 miles. It's 1.48-mile track. And the temperature on the track is 78 degrees right now. So it's a nice, cool track. It shouldn't be too slippery for these drivers here tonight. So we are going to just follow along, right along with Tank here for a moment, see how he does. He might be able to get some, good laps in here. We have a lot of guys out there getting their laps in at this moment in time. We're just going to follow along here with Tank. They have a couple laps to go in their qualifying laps. So we're going to take a quick look. Again, this is the Victory Lane Outlaws. And they are also sponsored by, well, actually, we're here for Fearless Broadcasting, and Fearless Broadcasting is sponsored by Premier Setups. So let's run that video here real quick, shall we? Let's take a quick look at that video for Fearless and Premier Setups. Take a quick look while these guys get out there and do a little bit more broadcasting. Here we go.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
All right, then. So that was Premier. They are the primary sponsor, or one of the primary sponsors for Fearless Broadcasting, who I am here for tonight. This is Art Millen up here in the booth, the Pirate. We are up here broadcasting this race tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, Victory Lane Outlaws Truck Series. We're going to get this thing done here tonight. They're just finishing up their qualifying, and then we'll get the grid ready to go. So let's take a look and see if we can catch a couple more of these drivers out on the track. There's the 3 of Braden Craycroft. He just finishing up his run. There is the 9 of Tim Abril. I believe Tim Abril was in second place last week at Nashville, if my memory serves me correctly. And then Jacob Brown, he is out there as well, getting his qualifying lap in. But it appears that Josh Duncan right now is on the leaderboard. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. So we're going to go back, let these guys finish up their laps. There's Patrick Craven. He's out there trying to put a couple laps down, see what he can do with it. So we're going to get this thing up and ready to rock and roll for everyone here tonight. Oh, look, he's up against the wall. That never adds to your speed. You'll have to keep an eye on that to keep it off the wall. So, all right. Let's get these guys underway. We'll be right back. We'll get the grid fired up and see what can happen. It looks like Josh Duncan is the fastest. right now, but we'll wait until the grid comes up. And here is the grid. We're going to jump in with Josh Duncan. He is your pole sitter tonight. In the 77, Mark Brister is in second position in the 42. Uncle Tank in the 2 is in third position tonight. Braden Craycraft is in the 4th position. Tim Abrell is in the 5th position. Sage Greco is in the 6th position tonight. PJ Wentline is in the 7th position. Blaze Rowland is in the 8th position on the outside. Randy Cornwell is in the 9th position. Jacob Brown is in the 10th. Steve Seegers is in the 11th position here tonight. Evan Leakham is in the 12th position tonight. Tiffany Ellis is in the 13th. Chris Lewis is in the 14th position. Then we have Dalton Wilson is in the 15th position. Austin Smith is in the 16th on the outside. Then we have Brett Seegers in the 17th position. Joshua Smith bringing home the 18th position here tonight. Then we have Chase Durochery. He's in the 19th position. Bruce Spencer is in the 20th position. Andrew Swalheim is in the 21st. Patrick Craven is finishing out the field in the 22nd position. So that is our starting lineup at this moment in time. So we're just waiting for them to get this thing underway. Going around the track. You see the lights on the pace car. So let's bring up our track map, see where everyone is. We'll bring up our locator. So you always know who I'm looking at because it will always be down in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. So the pace car is going around. The lights are on, so we're going to take one more lap around the track. Get everyone lined up. We're going to jump up to the starter cam. There's Bernie with the flag. They got one more lap to go around, and then he will be ready to get this thing underway. We're just following the trucks around as they go around. Here they come, going by the digger cam. That's our gopher cam here tonight. Excuse me. Coming out of turn 2. And we have a truck 14 back there, spun out for some particular reason. I'm not sure what he's doing back there. We had a couple of trucks there spinning around. They better get their act together, get going, because the lights are off the pace car and we're going to get this thing happening. They're going in. They're coming around the corner. Coming out of turn 4. We're going to go back up to the starter cam. The 14 is on the backstretch. He's a long way away from the back of the pack. The pace car is off. Barney has the green flag in the air. He's going to get this thing underway. And here we go. We're racing. With Josh Duncan, he is getting past right now. He's battling it out with Mark Brister on the outside in the 42. Going to see if he can do anything with it. He's jumping ahead a little bit, pulling up high on the outside. We're going to go back here, take a look a little bit further back. See if I can take a look. Oh my goodness. Looking to see what happens to Braden. There's Uncle Tank. He's pulling up into the second position. Braden Craycraft on the outside, but there's the 42. He's coming back up again. Mark Brister got a little bit of a jump again. And away he goes, but we have a caution out. Randy Cornwell has crashed. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Randy. Randy's right there in the 122 truck. Let's take a look and see what happened. He's running along outside the 23. Looks like he just got a little bit loose on that turn. Got himself spun around. We're going to back this up again, take another quick look at it as he comes around that corner. Put it down to quarter speed. There he is in the center of your screen, the black 122 truck. That is Randy Cornwell. just got a little bit loose off the exit of the turn. That's all it takes. Puts him right into the wall. That's heavy damage. That is really hurting his truck. Taking the front right fender, front left fender off her. Not a good way to start this race. We're going to go back to live. We're going to go back up to our leader, Josh Duncan, in the 77. Then we have Mark Brister in the 42. Right behind him, we have Braden Craycraft in the 3. Uncle Tank is in the 4th position. And Sage Greco is in the 7 truck in the 5th position at this moment in time. So we just downloaded a few camera angles, so we're going to have to take a look and see if I can find all the proper angles that I want to be using here tonight. I'll tell you what, while they're doing this, I'm going to reload our trading paints just to be sure that everyone has their proper paint. So you're going to see all the trucks flash to white for just a moment as we reload the trading paint program just to make sure. No, everyone that has their custom paints want their paints to be shown on the broadcast. So let's go back out onto the roof of Josh Duncan. He's right there behind the pace car. The lights are on. We're just coming around turn 3. The 14 is well in the back there at this moment in time. That's Blaze Rowland. He's trying to play catch up. He had a little bit of an issue there earlier. We have Joshua Smith. He's just coming out of the pits. Randy Cornwell is still in the pits at this moment in time. He took a heck of a hit. So I imagine he's in there trying to get some of the repairs done without taking a fast repair. I believe they only have one fast repair. So he's in there trying to get this fixed without using that up. And there's the 76, Joshua Smith. He's coming around the back straightaway. Now back up to the 77, Josh Duncan. The lights are off on the pace car. So we have the 77 Josh Duncan and Mark Brister on the outside of him in the 42. They had a bit of a jump there last time around. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick look and see what happens. They're on the back straightaway. I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to try to make an adjustment here really fast. Just bear with me. I think I'll be able to do it. We're going to try to get this angle out a little bit more. Save that. Save that. Save that. There we go. Now we have a wide angle when we're looking here on the TV3. TV2 is a little bit closer. Just wanted to adjust my camera so we can take a good look at this as they're coming down the front straightaway. There's the 77 getting a big jump. And he's gone. The 3 is right there taking a look, seeing if he can do anything with it on the inside of the 42. There's Tank. Uncle Tank is right there behind the 3. And they're 4 wide. It's going to get cozy. Oh, my goodness. There we go. There we go. That wasn't good. A lot of trucks involved in that. Yellow flag is back out again. We're going to go back. We have a lot of the trucks back here that are still wrecking. We're going to try to back this up a little bit, see if we can find out what the heck happened. We're going to go to Blaze Rowland first. He's the first one that had an issue. That is Blaze Rowland in the 14. He's right there in the middle of your screen. We're going to try to do this at quarter speed. They were 4 wide. The Toyota, the green Toyota is coming up behind the 13, got into his back quarter panel, spun him around. And that was all she wrote for the 13. He's going around. The 51 is sliding in tight past the 84, but he couldn't quite do it. That collected all 4 of these guys. So you had the 13, the 51, the 84, and the 14, all involved in that crash. Then we have Chris DeRochery He was involved in that as well. And PJ Wetline, he was involved in that as well. Let's take a quick look at PJ. There he is in the 23. Let's back him up just a little bit, see what exactly happened to PJ, because I'm not quite sure what happened to him. We're going to go back. Okay, so he was further up ahead. So we'll look at the 23. He's on the inside in that Craftsman Chevrolet, the blue and white truck. He's coming around the corner. They got a little bit up in the outside wall. They were getting into each other. And then we had the 9 come down right across the front of the 23. The 111 was involved in it. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he hit the wall hard. Oh, my goodness. That's it. I'll tell you what. That was a fender bender. So we're going to go back to live. We're going to go back out to live. We're going to go back up to Josh Duncan. He's up here at the front of the pack. The lights are still on the pace car. Man, I'll tell you what. These guys are anxious here tonight. They're ready to go racing. Check in YouTube. Push the edge net. Let's go. Joe Cramper, 3102, said let's go as well. Push the edge net. Have a good broadcast, Art. 80 laps left here in Charlotte. Racing Nora. Right on, man. Thank you very much. Good luck over there in Charlotte. Joe Cramper just says, wow. Well, that's what I agree with you, Joe Cramper. That was just wow. Like everybody got into it, it seemed. Except for your leader, Josh Duncan, Braden Craycraft, Uncle Tank, Sage Greco, Mark Brister. They seem to be fairly safe that time. Now the lights are off on the pace car. The 122 is trying to play catch up. That's Randy Cornwell. He's in the back. He's just going across the start-finish line there now. Everyone else is on the back straightaway. He'll have plenty of time to catch up to the back of the pack. But he is already lap down, as well as PJ Wetline. He appears to be 1 lap down as well. Back in the 20th and the 21st positions. So here we go. We're going into turn 3, around the turn. Coming into turn 4. The pace car will drop off this time around. Okay, let's go back up with Barney. Barney's got the green flag in hand. We're going to get ready to get this thing going. There we go. We got a big jump by Josh Duncan again. He's taking off with this thing. He's got the 3 right on his back bumper. Trying to see what he can do. There's Uncle Tank on the inside. And the 7 coming up behind Uncle Tank. He's going to take him on the inside. Uncle Tank drops back to 4th. Looking back. There's the 25 of Steve Seegers. He's right there going to take a look, and he's going to pass Uncle Tank on the inside as well. The 42 of Mark Mister, he is falling back into the 6th position. Probably a safe bet at this moment in time. Josh Duncan, though, he's out front, running away with this. We're lap 10 out of 75 laps. And again, we have 2 sets of tires in the pits. We should have about 50 laps worth of fuel. So we're going to have 1 green flag pit stop. So let's see what's going to happen with that. So let's take a run down through the field. If everyone's going to be careful of minor P's and Q's, let's take a look at these trucks here as they go around the track. There is Josh Duncan in the 77. Looks like the Chili's truck, by the looks of things, I would have to say. Braden Craycraft right behind him in the number 3, the good old Goodwrench truck. Then we have Sage Greco in 3rd position in the 7. ZYN nicotine pouches. Then we have Steve Seegers in the 25, the SMS truck. Then we have Uncle Tank. He's driving that 2 Mazda truck. Dalton Wilson is in the 18. Just getting past at the moment, but he's in the 18. Good looking truck as well. Lots of graphics on that truck. Tim Abrell is in the 9, driving that Ram truck tonight. Austin Smith is in the 33, Brazzers truck. Don't usually see that font on the door. The 33 is in a definite different font than you usually see. Mark Brister in the 42, the Coors truck. That's a good looking red and white truck right there. Then we have Brett Seegers in the 72, the Coors Light truck. Definitely a good looking gray and black truck indeed. Joshua Smith is in the 76, the American truck. Then we have Blaze Rowland in the Bass Pro Shops, number 14. Then we have Chris Lewis. He's in the 111, another Ram truck. I believe he was third place at Nashville at the end of the race last week. Then we have Bruce Spencer in the 43, the WeatherTech truck. Black and yellow, but we have a caution. Let's take a quick look. We're taking a look at trucks. We go back to Jacob Brown. He has crashed. Let's take a look and see what happened to Jacob Brown. Let's run this thing down. He's in the 13 truck. He's coming around the corner. He's up close to the wall. Oh, we go up to the 88 truck. The 88 truck, the 88, and let's see, Tiffany Ellis. They may have started this thing. Let's take a look and see what happened to the 88. Something happened up front here. Okay, there's the 88. Got tapped on the inside, slid down across the nose of the Ram, I believe it's the 111, then caught the 84, spinning the 84 truck. I believe that's Evan Leakham. So that was not good for Evan. Wow. Okay, so that's what we ended up having. So we're going to go back up to live. See if we can go back up to through these guys. Lost my space here. So Andrew Swalheim, I believe so. Number 10, the Bucky's truck. Chase DeRochery, he's in the 51 truck. Evan Leakham, he's in the 84, the Sim Magic truck. Chris Lewis, we already looked at him. He was in the 111, but he was caught up in that. Randy Cornwell, 122 car. Tiffany Ellis, she was in the 88. Definitely not good luck for that truck there. PJ Wentline in the 23, the Chevrolet truck. Jacob Brown in the 13. I don't see him any longer on the field. And Patrick Craven, I do not see him any longer on the field. So I believe they are now gone. So we're going to go back up with Josh Duncan. Lights are off on the pace car. They're going into turn 2. Onto the backstretch. There they come. We have the 111 truck trying to catch up, and we have the 122 truck trying to catch up at the back of the field. Okay, here we go. Under the lights here at Homestead. The pace truck is going to pull off here now. Going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand. Green flag is in the air. Just waiting to get this thing going once again. Green flag waves. Here we go. We're racing again. The 77 jumped right back out in the front again. The 3 of Braden Craycraft right there behind him, trying to see if he can catch up. Then you have the 7 of Sage Greco. He's down low on the inside of the 3, trying to see if he can do something with it. They're awfully tight into these corners. These guys definitely know how to race close. Unfortunately, they have been very, very, I would say too close at times. But it looks like they're starting to get the feel of everything, get into the groove, and away they go. We're going to go back through the field a little bit. We'll go back to Dalton Wilson. He's in the 18. He's back there in 7th position. He's looking pretty good at this moment in time. Blaze Rowland in the 14. He's back there. He's sitting there pretty good by himself out there. everyone's looking pretty good at this moment in time. Randy Cornwell, he's back there in the 1-2-2. He's making his way through the back of the pack. He was back in the very back of the pack there at the start of this run. So he's working himself up into the 15th position now. So we'll go back up. Josh Duncan is still driving away from this, but Braden Craycraft is right on his back bumper, and the 25 of Steven Seegers is right there, and so is Sage Greco. They're 3 wide going around, and then you have Tim Aberell and Uncle Tank right there looking as well. We're going to jump in with Uncle Tank and take a look from his roof cam and see what he can see. There's trucks on the outside wall. That 3 scraping the wall there. Look, they're 4 wide going down the back front straightaway. He's taking a look. Going to see if he can pass on the inside of the 7. Work his way up 1 truck at a time. Trying to see if he can do something with it. Meanwhile, he has a bunch of trucks coming up single file right behind him. There's the 18 right behind Uncle Tank. We have a couple trucks still on the outside. There's the 25. There's the 7. He got by the 7. But now he has him right on his bumper, pushing him down the track. So there he goes. Uncle Tank is just kind of working his way up through the pack, 1 truck at a time. Meanwhile, Josh Duncan, he is driving away. He's got about a half a second lead on these guys, but looking out his back window, he can see all these guys, just like a hornet's nest, looking to see if they can get up, catch him, and put him down. They want to get by him something terrible. Meanwhile, he's just driving away. No problem at all for Josh Duncan at this moment in time. Lap 21 out of 75. Go back to Steve Seegers. He's back there in the 25 truck. He was up there contending for a moment, but he's not falling back. He's fighting it out with the 7 truck right now. He's running side by side with the 7, seeing if he can get something done. Got a good camera angle there. Trying to see if he can catch up. He's losing ground to the 7. But on his back bumper, there is Dalton Wilson in the 18. Go back, take a look at Dalton Wilson. He's right there seeing how far he can catch up on each one of these turns. He's gaining a little bit on every turn, but not a whole lot. We're going to go back through the pack here again. We'll take a look at Austin Smith's in the 33. Fake taxi. That's a good looking truck. Joshua Smith. He's back there. We have a couple of trucks off the wall, bouncing off the wall, but they're maintaining their speed to keep going. There we have Chris Lewis in the 111 truck. He's a little bit further back. He's trying to see what he can do with it. Tiffany Ellis, she's in the pits at this moment in time. I'm not quite sure why she's in the pits. We'll have to go back up and take a look. Now we have Tim Aberell. He has jumped into the lead. Josh Duncan has fallen into second. So we have a new leader at this moment in time. Tim Aberell is taking this thing, and he's going to see what he can do with it. In the meantime, right behind him, you can see they're all spread out, minding their own P's and Q's at this moment in time. Uncle Tank's the only one on the inside. Everyone's on the outside passing him. There's the 7 dropping low behind Uncle Tank, and the 25's following suit on the inside. Going to drop back and see if they can do anything on the inside lane. Uncle Tank is down low once again. The other trucks are following low into the corner, but when they get on the straightaway, they jump back up to the high line. Trying to catch a draft anywhere they can get a draft. Trying to get some speed up. So we'll go back. Chris Lewis back in the 111 truck. He is back there at this moment in time. He's back there pretty much by himself. Evan Leakham is right behind him in that green truck, the 84. Green and white truck there. Then we have Blaze Rowland. He's back there as well in the 14. He's chasing down the 10 of Andrew Swalheim. So he's just jumping on. Let's take a look inside his truck. He's going to go and see if he can catch him on the inside lane. He doesn't quite have the speed. He went a little bit high. Trying to catch him on the front straightaway. But all right, let's go back up to your leaders. Josh Duncan, he's in second place, still behind Tim Abreu. But out his back door, you can see all these trucks are right there looking to get by him if they can. There's Uncle Tank. He's right there in third place now. Worked his way up. He's going to see if he can jump ahead. And there he goes. He's going to pass. Let's see, past, there he is. There's the 77 right there beside him. So he's fighting it out with the 77. He's got him on the low line. 77's fighting hard to try to hang on to it. But Uncle Tank up for second place. The 77 bumps off the wall and keeps going. The Uncle Tank has moved up into second place, and now he has his eyes set on Tim Abreu. He's going to see if he can do something with it. Now that he's up there in a little bit better clean air. Meanwhile, we're at lap 29 out of 75, and there's the 77. The 77's coming back up on the outside. He's really, really high. You can actually see the black line on the wall. A lot of trucks have been scraping that wall going around that turn 4. You can see a lot of tire, and then also in turns 1 and 2, you can see the black on the wall there. So they've definitely been riding this wall. A lot of guys have been riding this wall here tonight. All right, there is Uncle Tank. He has now caught up to the back end of the 9 of Tim Abreu. And he's looking. He wants in front of him. He wants to go. Now, I was talking to Uncle Tank. He's only been racing in iRacing, I believe, for the past, within a year. He hasn't been more than a year, apparently, if I'm not mistaken, running these cars and trucks. So he hasn't been like a long-term racer, but I'll tell you what, he knows how to get it done on this track. And he's definitely, he's also one of the admins for this league. So hats off to Uncle Tank. He definitely is running a pretty good show here, and along with his other guys that are admins as well. They're definitely putting on a good show and putting a good group of guys together and get some good races happening. Here we go, Uncle Tank on the inside. He's got him on the inside. He's got a run on him, and he's going to take over first place. He's got a good run. He got the 7 right there behind him, Sage Greco. Sage Greco trying to get in behind. He couldn't quite do it. He falls in behind the 9. The 9's a little squirrely, but he's okay there now. We have the 3 really high on the wall. He's looking a little bit high, a little bit slide on the sideways, and nope, he's all right. He saved it. Had to go back and take a look because he looked pretty snaky there for a moment. The back end of that truck was sliding around there in turn 3 and 4, and he's still got a little bit of slide. He's having a little bit of handling difficulties, I believe. We're just going to kind of keep an eye on him when he goes around this turn. Just watch the back end of the 3 truck, the Goodwrench truck. I'll tell you what, I think his tires are starting to go away on him. He's not doing too much of a slide here. Looks pretty good there, though he did go out and tap the wall a little bit. But there we go back up Sage Greco. He's right there behind Uncle Tank, seeing if he can get anything done. But the boys are back here racing tonight. Steve Seegers, he's right there, taking a look. He has the 3 on the outside, the 77 right in front of him. Both of them are right there in front of him. Take a look and see. He's going by the 3. He has the 77 right there as well. The 77 of Josh Duncan. He's been leading this thing for most of the race, but he's now fallen back into the 5th position. Caution is out again. Dalton Wilson has crashed. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Dalton. Dalton is right there in the 18 truck. We're going to just ride along in slow motion. I believe it's a single truck spin. I think he just got a little bit loose on the turn, or did he go up in? He went up into the 72, it looks like. 72 got into him. The two of them got into the wall, spinning the 18 around in a circle. The 72 is going to come down. Jump over to the 72. 72 is going to come down. He's going to come down. He's got his wheel turned, trying to stay off that inside wall. Dalton, meanwhile, was still on the outside, pounding the wall time and time again. Wow. That was a heck of a run there. And again, Brent Seegers, you can see damage to his left front. You see that front tire looks like it's pushed out a little bit. Let's see if I can get a little bit look on the front end of his truck. Looks like it's pushed in a little bit on the driver's side. All right, let's go back up to live action. Uncle Tank coming into pit lane. It looks like everyone's coming into pit lane at this moment in time, for the most part. Have a couple trucks that are a lap down trying to go out there and try to get a lap back. We're going to follow along with Uncle Tank, take a look, see what he's got. He's taking outside tires right now. He's taking inside tires as well. And there he goes. He's going back out onto the track. We had a couple trucks pull out, though, in front of him, though. Looked like Chase DeRochery and Tim Abrell and Sage Greco all got out of there before Uncle Tank had a chance to get out of there. Actually, Chase DeRochery, it looks like he was actually staying out to get the wave around to get one of his laps back. I believe that's what Chase ended up doing. We're going to bring up our big NASCAR ticker. Take a look and see. It looks like Chase is back on the lead lap now. So right now, as it stands, we'll see Chase DeRochery. He should be going and looking to get his lap back. He's going to take the wave around. Or no, he's just going to stay right there. So he looks like he's the first place car at this moment in time. Then we have the 9 of Tim Abrell on the outside. Then we have the 7 of Sage Greco on the inside in 3rd position. Then in P4 we have Uncle Tank on the outside. Josh Duncan in P5 in the 77. And then we have Mark Brister, Braden Craycraft, Steve Seegers, Austin Smith, and Randy Cornwell rounding out your top 10. So let's take a look and see what we can do with this race now with Chase DeRochery in the 51 Problem Child. Let's see what he can do with this thing at the front of the pack in clean air. Gonna wait. The pace car is going to be pulling off this time around. There goes the pace car. Barney has the flag in hand. We're going to get ready to get this thing going. Chase got his foot into it. Here we go. We're racing, boys. Back into it once again. We have the 9, Tim Abrell, on the outside. There's Uncle Tank on the outside as well. Looking in the middle. He's going to try to make it 3 wide, but he's got the 77 of Josh Duncan on the outside of him as well. They're just all trying to catch up to the 51 truck. 51 truck goes high, and there goes the 7 of Sage Greco. Uncle Tank is following him on the inside. He's going to fall in the second position. We had them 3 wide for a moment back there. They're all looking fairly good at this moment in time, although we do still have a couple trucks 3 wide. They're slowly falling into a pace here now. The 51 is maintaining his third position. But I'll tell you I'll tell you what, right now, the 9, Tim Abrell, he has dropped back considerably. He is back there into the 9th position. He was right up at the front. Oh, we have a push. The 14 got in the back of the 42. The 42 got into the 9. The 76 involved. The 72 is involved. Oh my goodness, let's just take a look and see what's going on. Then we have the 76 back there. Go back and take a look. Quarter time. See if we can get a good angle on this. There's the 42, Mark Brister. Let's see what happened to him. He got a little sideways going into the turn. It looks like the 14 had all kinds of speed. The 42 let off just a little bit because he was trying to control the slide. Didn't help the 14 run into the back of him. He came up, hit the 9. And then the 72 and the 76 got into it. The 14 was having trouble. He was sliding sideways and everything else. He came up and got into the 9, I believe. Let's go back and take another look. Let's see if I can find the 9, Tim Abrell. The 72 was involved. Go back over and take a look and see if we can find the 72. That was Brent Seegers. He was involved along with the 76. A lot of trucks in that accident right there. Go back up, Sage Greco. He is your leader at this moment in time. He's in first place. Uncle Tank is right behind him. Josh Duncan in third. Braden Craycraft is in 4th, and Steven Seegers is in the 25 in 5th position. Wow. I'll tell you what, close racing. I'm sorry, I'm just looking back here now and see that Joe Kramer said we didn't even have a green flag for long, and the caution comes back out, and that looks like it hurt. Was it this one or was it the last one? I apologize. I didn't notice that your comment there, but I think you just commented that. And yes, it hurt a lot of trucks. There's a few trucks in the pit lane. Tim Abrell still is in pit lane. Tiffany Ellis is still in the pits. She has not come back out. She's from Canada. Hasn't come back out. Tim Abrell is there in the pits. He got hit hard. Sage Greco is in the lead right now. Wow. I'll tell you what. These guys are racing hard here tonight. Now, Tim Abrell, he came out. He came out of the pits before the cars got around to the end of the pit lane, so he is making time trying to get around the track. They're just going on to the back straight now, and he is just coming out of turn 4, so he's got to make a run to get around the track to catch up to the back of the pack before the race starts. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Sage Greco, right there with Uncle Tank on the outside of him. Josh Duncan on the inside. Braden Craycraft is on the outside in the 3. Steve Seegers is in the 25 in the 5th position with the 14 of Blaze Rowland on the outside of him. Let's see if we can get a few more laps in, guys. Again, they're running about 50 laps per tank of fuel, so everyone is pitted now, so they should all have enough fuel to get around this thing. There's Barney with the green flag in hand, and away we go. There goes the 7, Sage Greco. He has jumped out in front of this thing, and he is running away. Going to see if he can do something with it. We're going to drop back a little bit. Take a look at these guys in the top 5. The 25 right there, Steven Seegers, he was looking on the outside, or looking on the inside, thought better of it, dropped into line behind. Take a quick look back further in the pack. Everyone looks to be fairly good. We have Tim Averill. He's back there. He started at the back of the pack, but he's making his way through the crowd here quite quickly. He's got a fast truck. Again, he was involved in that accident early, going high 3 wide. He's got his foot into it, and he wants to go. He's got somewhere to be, and he's hauling the mail to get there. Lap 45 out of 75. That's where he is right now. You can see the leaders way in the distance. He is running right now about 4 seconds behind the leader, but he is making up time. So let's take a look back up at the leader. He's right there. He has Uncle Tank on the back end. We have Josh Duncan in third, and we have Brandon Craycraft in fourth. They're the 4 trucks that you see on the screen at this moment in time, running 1, 2, 3. Then you have the 25 of Steve Seegers. He's coming back there up as well. So you have a pack of 5 trucks up here trying to see if they can get something done. Then we go back into the 6th position, Austin Smith. He has the 111 and the 122 right there, looking to see if they can get around him. And then you also have the 18 of Dalton Wilson. But the 111 right now, he's on the back end, and he's going to see if he can get by Austin Smith in the 33. He's seriously looking. Drop back one more to Randy Cromwell. He's looking on the inside of the 111 of Chris Lewis. Trying to get by him. He's right there door to door at this moment in time. There's the 111. He gets a little bit of a run on the backstretch. Pulls back out in front of him. They're both gaining, though, on the 33 of Austin Smith. We're going to go back up, take a look a little bit further back. Tim Averill, he is now up to the 12th position. He's having a little bit of a struggle against the 23. The 23 is giving him a run there on the inside. 23 is taking the spot away from him. Tim Averill has gone back into the 13th position now. We have action all over this track at this moment in time. Then we have Uncle Tank. We have this pack of 5 trucks right up the front. Sage Greco, Uncle Tank, Josh Duncan, Brandon Craycraft, and Steve Seegers. The 5 of these guys are just running all over the track, trying to look high, trying to look low, seeing where they can get around each other. But while they're doing that, this pack that was behind them is slowly catching up to them. You can see that the pack is coming up. You have the pack of 5 up front. But these other guys, they are catching up. There's another pack of 5 right behind them. So it might not take too long before they get up there and start mixing it up, and we'll have a pack of 10 at the front of this race. 25 laps to go. And Sage Greco in the lead. He's looking and saying, everyone, just leave me be. I just want to stay up front, and that's where I want to go. You guys all fight it out amongst yourself. There's 77, Josh Duncan going around the high side of Uncle Tank, trying to do something with it. Uncle Tank is trying to keep him back there. He's having a hard job keeping them. Oh, they're almost tapped. Looking out the rear end. There's the 77 right on Uncle Tank's rear bumper. Taking a look. Uncle Tank gets to pull away on the turn. Jump into the 3 of Braden Craycraft. He's right there taking a look. He wants to get something done. Now there's the Bass Pro Shops, the 14. 14's way down low. I believe he's just coming out of the pits. Or he's having a little bit of trouble. I'm not sure which one it is. We'll go back and take a look at Blaze. Blaze is back there. Everyone's driving around him. He's sticking low to low line, trying to stay out of everyone's way. I think he's just coming back up to speed. He's up against the wall, though. Hits the wall, comes back down low. I think he's having a little bit of problems here with his truck here tonight. Either the tires have gone away, or he hit the wall and had some damage. Something's going on. Look at, there's a 9 flying by him. Tim Averell just flying by him like nobody's business. All right, let's go back up to your leader. We're still in the same line. Sage Greco, Uncle Tank, Braden Craycraft, Josh Duncan, and Steven Seegers. All just running nose to tail. Jump up onto the roof of Steven Seegers' car. Looks like he hungry for a little bit of Chili's. Follow me to the Chili's. That's the 77 car of Josh Duncan right in front of him. But we have a caution out again. Joshua Smith has crashed. Let's take a look and see what happened to Joshua. He is right there in the 76. Let's run out on 3/4 time. He looks like he's a little bit high going into the turn, but the 14 came up a little bit, got into the side of him, put him sideways, scraping the back end of his truck against the wall. Having a hard time here tonight. The 14 is. Wow. He's just going down the track backwards. That's not the way you want to be running this race. So that's going to hurt him. He's up there all by himself. So it was really a one-truck spin other than the 14 getting into the side of him. So we'll go back up to live. We'll go back up to Sage Greco. He's going to try to get this thing lined up once again. The lights are on in the pace truck. They're coming around turn 3. I'm not sure if anyone's going to pit this time around. I don't think they need to for fuel. I think they'll be sitting pretty good. But we have a few takers, though. We have everyone coming in on pit lane. I'm surprised. Most of the trucks are coming in. A couple trucks are staying out. That looks like the 51 and the 122, I believe. So we're going to jump down Sage Greco. Well, let's take a look, take a good look at his truck. See what he's taking. Taking outside tires once again. You're going to take inside tires as well. Well, let's take a look and see who's coming out of the pit lane first. It's a race between the 7 and Uncle Tank. The 7 got him. So Uncle Tank almost got ahead of the 7 coming off the pit lane. Didn't quite make it. Now we still have a couple trucks that stayed out. Looks like the 51 had chased the Rochery. He stayed out once again, but also the 122 of Randy Cornwell, he stayed out as well. So we'll have to keep an eye out and see how this is going to play out. Randy Cornwell, he was further back in the pack. Now, I'm not sure if he's down a lap or if he's on the lead lap. We'll have to wait until we scroll back through. We take a quick look at the timing tower. It looks like Cornwell and the Rochery are on the lead lap. So they both should be good to go. So right now, our race recap, we've had 58 laps out of 75. We've had 6 cautions for 18 laps and 3 lead changes so far in this race. So the laps are counting down. So this may play out well for Randy Cornwell in the 122 and Chase DeRochery in the 51. We'll have to see if they can do anything with it. Chase in the 51, he did have a good run for a little while, but the 7 and Uncle Tank and the 77, the 2 of Uncle Tank, a few of these other guys were just a little bit faster, but we'll see how they make out. We're going to follow through. Take a look. Again, the lights are off on the pace truck, or pace car. He's coming around the corner. We'll watch the pace car pull in. There goes the pace car. Barney has the flag in hand. Let's go racing, boys. Let's get this thing happening. Here we go. Got a big jump out in front. That is the 122, the 51, but there's the 7 of Sage Greco. He's been leading this thing for a while, and he wants back out in front, and that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, we have a truck spinning in the back. We had a truck spin. I didn't see it. I believe it was the 18, Dalton Wilson. We're going to go see if we can back him up just a hair. We'll take a quick look and see what happened. And Dalton was coming around. It looked like a single truck spin. He was right there. He came a little bit hot into the corner, right down. Oh, he hit the wall pretty hard. Off the wall, came back out. Then he was good. We're going to go back up to the leaders. There is Sage Greco with no yellow flag on that. We have 16 laps to go. There's Sage Greco in the lead. Uncle Tank is right behind him in second position. Then we have Randy Cornwell in the 122. And then we have Braden Craycraft is in the 3. And Josh Duncan is right there in the 5th position in the 77. So let's take a look and see if Sage can hold these guys off for 15 more laps. That's all he needs to do. There's your gap right there. You have see that Uncle Tank is about 0.2 of a second behind the 7. And then we have the 3 of Braden Craycraft. He's back there in the 3rd position. He is about half a second behind. So let's jump in with Braden Craycraft just for a moment. Jump onto his roof. We'll take a look. He's then looking on the inside of Uncle Tank, trying to see if he can pick up a little bit of draft off the back of his truck. Going to try to cut it down low into the corner. Uncle Tank goes down low as well. Both of them are trying to catch up to the 7, but the 7 of Sage Greco, he's just going to drive away with this thing at this moment in time. Take a look at the back end of Braden Craycraft's number 3 truck. You can see them all right there in single file line. Just looking and waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake. There's Josh Duncan right behind him in the 77. Back up to the roll bar. We're going by the 14 on the inside. The 14's having a little bit of a struggle here tonight. But these guys are putting on a show here now. And I'll tell you what, the 3 is right there on the back of Uncle Tank. He wants this spot. He's got his nose right there. Taking a look, see if he can do anything with it. Looking on the inside, Uncle Tank's a little bit higher in the middle lane. He just didn't have enough, but I'll tell you what, these guys in the back, they are starting to slowly catch up. 12 laps to go. And Sage Greco is saying, I've got the power, I've got the speed. As long as we don't have any cautions, I should be able to pull this off. We're down to 11 laps to go as he crosses the line. So we have a breakaway of 4 trucks, the 7, the 2, the 3, and the 77. Those 4 trucks are your leaders, and they are driving away from the rest of the pack. 5th position right now is 1.5 seconds behind the leader. That's Austin Smith in the 33. He's trying to see if he can do anything, but there is Steve Seegers on the inside in the 25. He's going to try to get by. We'll take a quick look. He's right there on the back end of the 33. He's looking to see if he can get by him. And he is. He's going to get by him on this inside lane. You can see him right there. And then he's losing it. The 33's got a little bit more speed going down the backstretch. All right. Back up to your leader. The 7, 9 laps to go. Sage Greco going to hopefully keep these guys all behind him. There's the three. The three of Braden Craycroft. He's now moved into second spot. He took it away from Uncle Tank. Uncle Tank was running a little bit high, but there's Uncle Tank fighting back on the inside. Going to see if he can get him on the inside line. And he does. So they're just trading back and forth at this moment in time, the two of them. Neither one of them want to drop out of the top three. Again, Uncle Tank was the winner last week at Nashville. So he wants to maintain his winning streak. So he wants to get this thing happening. Again, there's the three looking on the inside. They're coming up on the lap truck of the 14. Hopefully he'll stay high. Let these guys race on by him. The 3 and the 2 are side by side, trying to fight it out. But there's the 77 of Josh Duncan, just waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake. As long as they're fighting, he likes it because he can gain a little bit of ground and catch up to these guys. 7 laps to go right now. There he is. The 3 has jumped ahead of Uncle Tank. Uncle Tank is having a little bit of trouble there with the 3. Taking a look on the outside. He's going to try to take him on the outside. Doesn't have the speed, though, unfortunately. And right behind him is the 77. That is Josh Duncan. He's patiently waiting to see if one of these guys make a mistake. All right, Uncle Tank looking high once again. He's running the high line, but I don't know if that's really working for him right now. He keeps running the high line. I think Josh Duncan in the 77 is going to take advantage of it. He's going to drop low one of these times, and he's going to try to pass him. 6 laps to go. Coming down to 5 laps as they cross the stripe. 5 laps to go. There's the 3, Braden Craycroft. He's trying to see if he can get something for him. Can't quite get it done. Uncle Tank has dropped back a little bit further now. The 77's also dropped back. So I don't know if he's going to try to do a last lap or 2 big run, or if he's just losing pace. His tires are going away. We are just not sure. But it just doesn't seem to be working for him right now, a lot like he was before, because he was putting a big push on the 3. We'll jump up to Braden. He's in the 3. He's looking at the 7. With 4 laps to go, he's trying to see if he can do something with it. I don't think he's going to be able to. I'll tell you what, that 7 of Sage Greco, he is just driving away. He's scraping the wall, though. That's not going to help his speed any. Didn't slow him down much. He's still driving away from the 3, and he's definitely driving away from Uncle Tank. And the 77 is definitely falling back as well. Excuse me, folks. I'll tell you what, though, it's going to be a race to the finish. 3 laps to go. And there's your gap. Sage Greco's got a heck of a lead right now. He's got a half a second lead on Braden Craycroft. And he has almost a full second on Uncle Tank. So we're coming down, turn 4. There's going to be 2 laps to go as the 7 crosses the stripe this time around. There he goes. 2 laps to go. The guys are farther back, trying to make something happen, but I don't think anyone's going to have anything at all for Sage Greco. He crosses the line this time. It'll be checker or wrecker. There'll be no more cautions as soon as he gets across the line. That's what he's hoping to get. He's hoping to get across that line, and he does. 1 lap to go, final lap. Sage Greco looking out the roll bar of his truck. He is right there, looking good. Down the back straightaway. And then we have Braden Craycroft. And let's see, right across the start finish line. There we go. Checker flag in the air. There he goes. There you have your winner. Here we go. Everybody's coming around, working it out. But that was a heck of a run for Sage Greco. We're going to take a look and see if he's going to burn this thing down. So unofficially, Sage Greco is your winner. Braden Craycraft in second. Uncle Tank in third. Josh Duncan is in fourth. Tim Abrell is in fifth. He made it all the way back up to the fifth place. Austin Smith was brought home sixth position. Chris Lewis is in the seventh position. PJ Wentline, he was ending up in the eighth position. Steve Seeger's in ninth, and Bruce Spencer was in 10th. So let's take a good look here. We're going to watch the 7 burn it down. Not getting a lot of smoke off those tires, but he's spinning her out though a little bit. There we go. There's the spinning we're looking for. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Light her up. Sliding sideways. He's burning up those rear tires. He's one happy camper right here now. I'll tell you what, he's a happy camper. Winning this race, doing a really good job of it. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to grab onto a few of these guys, have a chat with them. So we'll go back and talk to, let's see if we can grab onto a couple of these guys. Grab on to Uncle Tank. Uncle Tank, you got a copy, buddy? It's aired up in the booth.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. Third place. You're on the podium again.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get first, but I'll take third over last, I reckon.
I'll tell you what, you were putting on a battle there for a while. It was a good run, and you looked like you were going to have something for the lead, but it just didn't work out. And then you were fighting with Braden Craycraft in the 3 too.
Yeah, I made the mistake of trying to ride that high line at the very end. I think it might have just got my tires too hot, and from there they just kind of drove off.
Right on. I'll tell you, it was fun. It was a lot of fun to watch here tonight. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to Kentucky next week. What do you think about Kentucky?
I don't think I've ever ran that track, to be honest.
Really?
I think I got some practice to do.
You might want to practice up in order to maintain your podium finishes.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So, have you got anything to say to any of your sponsors or any of your friends back home before I let you go?
I appreciate everybody showing up for this. You know, the admins, we put in a lot of hard work to make all this stuff happen, especially with the broadcast. And I definitely want to thank my wife for, putting up with me doing all this nonsense and, being understanding that, it's what we enjoy doing. And shout out to you for, putting on a good broadcast.
Well, we're trying to put on a good show, and it's pretty easy when you guys have races like tonight, because it was a lot of tight racing all across the board here tonight.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a cluster at the beginning. Hopefully I can, talk to everybody, and hopefully we can clean it up for the races coming up.
Well, I'll tell you, as long as you're having close races like that and a few accidents, it makes my job a little bit easier.
I heard that.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go, and we'll see you in Kentucky next week.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All righty. Well, that was Uncle Tank. He brought home a third place here tonight. Now we're going to grab on to Braden Craycraft. Hey, Braden, you got a copy? It's aired up here in the booth, buddy.
I gotcha.
What do you think of that race, man? You were fighting Uncle Tank there for a while, but you brought it back up, and you were able to bring home second place.
Yeah, it's a good run. The first run there, I was running the high line and burned my tires up pretty good. So after that, I just switched to the bottom, and it worked out real well. I got to the bumper, the leader, one time, but after that, he just outdrove me. I just didn't have anything for him. But yeah, it was fun fighting with Tank there for a little bit.
Yeah, you guys were side by side for a while and fighting it out, and you snuck by him and you didn't let go. After you got by him, you were not letting him get back past you again. You were actually driving away from him for a while.
Yeah, like he said, he hit the top a little bit too and heated his tires up a little bit, but he was driving into 1 and 2 a little higher than I was, and I was able to get under him off of 2 one time, and it kind of just worked out for me there.
So when you get up behind Sage, did you think you were going to have anything for him, or were you just trying to chase him down as best you could?
I thought I was going to have something for him. I thought I did a little bit better tire management this run. I got up behind it on his bumper, I think, at one point for a couple laps, but after that, I just fell off, and I think the dirty air played a little bit into it, and I just couldn't get to his bumper anymore. So it's a good race by him. He did everything right.
Right on. Yeah, no, he was up front there quite a bit. So we're going to Kentucky next week. What do you think about Kentucky?
It's actually technically my home track, but I've never raced it before, so I'm kind of excited.
Right on. No, it should be a good time there in Kentucky next week. So you got anything to say to any of your sponsors or any friends here before I put you back down on the field?
Just a shout out to the admin team. They do a lot of hard work in here and stuff. It's my first race with them, actually, and it was a lot of fun. So appreciate that, and I appreciate you for putting on the show for us.
Right on. Well, not a problem at all. I mean, I go where I'm called, and they called me up, and actually Fearless Broadcasting called me up and asked me to host this thing for you guys, and it's been a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, it was, I was just saying to Uncle Tank, it had lots of things to see here tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Right on. All right, man, we'll put you back down in the field, and congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you.
We're looking for trying to find where the heck everybody went, but it looks like our winner has left the chat area in Discord. I don't see him any longer here in Discord. Where did he go? Oh my goodness, all these guys jumped out of the Discord, so it looks like we don't get a chance to talk to Sage Greco here tonight. Again, he took this thing and ran away with it. He's from St. Augustine, Florida, and I'll tell you what, he put on a heck of a show. I really would have liked to have been able to chat with him a little bit, but it looks like he jumped out of the chat channel, so it makes it difficult for me to touch base with him, unfortunately. But as you can see, he did a heck of a job. Once he got up to the front of this race, he was not letting go with the lead at all. He did not want to let go of it. He was going to drive the wheels off of that truck. So, congratulations to Sage Greco in the number 7. He was your winner here tonight. Did a really good job. I guess that's it for me. I'm going to bail out of Florida, and I'm going to get ready to go to Kentucky next Monday night. So everyone be sure to jump in. Enjoy the racing. If it's anything like tonight was, it should be a lot of fun to watch, especially for me to broadcast. All right, stay safe. We'll see you in a week. Bye for now.